What's good, everybody? Radic here, and I have to talk all about Helldivers 2 in this video. I mean, I don't really. I can do whatever I want, like play Africa on PS3, or play Heavenly Sword, or whatever. You know what I mean. But I have to talk about Helldivers 2 pretty much because it was shown off in Sony's recent State of Play. In this new update for Helldivers 2, we have a ton of new information to go over, thanks to the State of Play trailer and the recent blog post on the PlayStation blog. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let's talk all about Helldivers 2. Or we could talk about Ratchet & Clank All for One.
I'm impressed, Nefarious. You did good.
No? Alright, let's talk about Helldivers 2 then. So in case you're unfamiliar with Helldivers, I'll give you a quick refresher. The original Helldivers came out on PlayStation 4 back in 2015. It was a top-down shooter that took very heavy inspiration from movies such as Starship Troopers and Alien. You pretty much play as a generic Helldiver tasked with completing missions for Super Earth, which is a pretty funny name and pretty ironic considering Super Earth is probably the most dangerous force in the entire universe in this Helldivers canon. But you're a Helldiver, and you pretty much have to exterminate alien life in these planets, extract some items, and bring them back to your dropship. And arguably, the main appeal of Helldivers is that friendly fire is always turned on. So yes, you can kill your teammates if you shoot them with your gun. They're in the vicinity of a grenade you throw. They get caught in the airstrike that you called down. But it makes the game so much fun because you really have to be aware of your surroundings on this top-down perspective. Pretty much everything is a factor because one mistake can cost your teammates life, and arguably when you're playing with your boys, that's always hilarious because I would say 90% of the times I killed my teammates unintentionally, but the 10%, oh, you bet your ass it was intentional. And I know that makes me sound like a bad teammate, but whatever. It's Helldivers, bro. Like what do you expect, man? Like, I want to kill my teammates sometime, all right? Like, sue me, bro. Sue me. Speaking of suing people, do you remember when Sony sued Kevin Butler for playing Mario Kart for a Bridgestone commercial?
Yes! First place!
So that was completely irrelevant to this video, but I just wanted to give that a shout out. Back to Helldivers. So in Helldivers 2, the game takes on a completely new perspective. Instead of being top down, it is now over the shoulder. And this perspective change is pretty huge on the surface. But the main game and the core mechanics are still pretty similar to its predecessor, it seems. In the new video, you see the Helldiver in a ship, selecting a new mission, and this is pretty similar to the first game as well. You get a bunch of planets, different scenarios, different tasks. You even spawn in the missions the same way by going into your drop pods, which is a really cool touch. I do like how they keep that from the original game, like so many other aspects. So as the main gameplay starts, and I do want to say that this fake gamer dialogue, I don't like. I feel like we've gotten over this as an industry.
I'm switching to flamethrower. Oh god, no, it's the boss item! Oh, I died.
You know, E3 2016, 17, 18, there was so much of this stuff with companies using fake dialogue to showcase their multiplayer games. This happened with Ubisoft and The Division and Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was annoying. This happened with EA and Anthem, and I don't know why companies kept doing that in the mid-2010s. It was just so annoying. And thankfully they stopped, so I have no idea why Arrowhead decided to do this with Helldivers 2 in 2023. It's a very weird decision. I don't want to say ruin this trailer because I do think the gameplay they showed off was pretty fun, but it kind of lessened the impact of the trailer, in my opinion. So hopefully the next time they show this game off, there's no more fake dialogue within the gameplay. Please end it. But back to the game itself. So in the video, we see a squad of 4 Helldivers taking on a mission, which is to destroy this giant-ass bug. And each of these Helldivers has a different loadout equipped. One of these Helldivers has an assault rifle, another one has like a rocket launcher, another one has like a beam, flamethrower, laser gun. So that's pretty cool. The weapon variety from the first game has carried over to Helldivers 2, which is sweet. Throughout the trailer, we see different stratagems be used. Stratagems are different war items you can request to call in. These supply drops could include a resupply of ammo and grenades. In the first game, one of my favorite stratagems was calling in a sentry gun, which was pretty much a turret that destroyed enemies, but if you get caught in the crossfire, it could kill you as well. There's always that risk and reward with Helldivers, which is what I love about the game. I think it's really cool that they kept that for Helldivers 2. And the stratagem they use the most in this trailer is the reinforce, which is pretty much bringing back your teammate from the dead after you accidentally killed them, or they get killed by an enemy, which is just great stuff. One thing I do want to touch on is that looking at this gameplay footage, and since the game is now a third-person shooter or played through the third-person perspective, you can only really see what's in front of you. When it's a top-down perspective like the first game, you have full control and vision of the entire environment. You can see what enemies are coming in from behind you, to the left of you, to the right of you. I am interested to see how that's going to feel when I do get my hands on Helldivers 2. As the trailer closes out, you see them confirm that, yes, just like the first game, Helldivers will be very customizable. You can customize your Helldivers helmet, cape, armor set, which is really cool. You can choose different color palettes as well for the armor sets, which is awesome. You can unlock new weapons as well as you progress through the game. You can also customize your ship, which is pretty cool. I like that feature a lot. And the big reveal of the trailer is that the game did get delayed from 2023, and honestly, thank God for that, because 2023 is packed. This is one of the best years for games ever, really. So Helldivers 2 would have definitely gotten overshadowed if it released in October or November. I think February 8th, which is the new date for Helldivers 2, is perfect for a game like that, 2 or 3 weeks before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I'm also pretty excited about. Good time. I think it does come out on the same day as Rocksteady's Suicide Squad game, but that game is looking pretty rough in my opinion. I'm not saying this game is going to sell like 10-20 million copies, you know, but I do think it will do well. I do think it will do well. I don't know what PlayStation is really expecting for this game, and that is a good transition to talk about the PS blog post. So the PS blog post details 2 different editions that we can pre-order for Helldivers 2. So there's the standard edition of Helldivers 2, which just includes the base game, and there is the Super Citizen edition of Helldivers 2, which includes a lot of bonus content. The goodies you will get include the DP53 Savior of the Free armor set, which looks like an armor set from Destiny 2. It actually looks pretty sick, but it just reminds me of Destiny for some reason. The Will of the People cape, which is a pretty cool black and gold cape. The MP98 Knight weapon. The Super Citizen status, which I think is just like a tag for your online character, which is whatever, that's fine. The Stratagem Heroes ship game, which is a mini-game add-on for your ship, and they recommend you playing it in your ship while you wait for your friends to join your lobby. Kind of reminds me of the Namco mini games back in the PS2. And you also have access to the premium Warbond unlocks, which include another weapon, the AR-23E Liberator explosive, another armor set, the SA-32 Dynamo, a new emote, and much more, which will be revealed as the game gets closer to launch. Also, if you pre-order any edition of the game, you also get 3 new armor sets, the TR7 Ambassador of the Brand, the TR9 Cavalier of the Democracy, and the TR52 Knight. So lots of digital bonuses for the game in the Super Citizen Edition. One thing I do want to touch on is that we still don't know the price of this game. Pre-orders are going to open on September 29th, so the answer to this question will be answered within a week and a half. But I am still curious because I do believe that it's either the standard edition is going to be $70 or the Super Citizen edition is going to be $70. And that might be a high asking point for a lot of people when it comes to Helldivers 2. Like I said before, I'm pretty excited about this game, but I don't know if it's going to sell that much if the standard edition is at $70. I know this is Sony's main strategy. They want to release all their games at $70, or at least most of them. But is Helldivers 2 going to be one of them? I don't know. It could be $50 for the standard edition and then $70 for the Super Citizen edition. Who knows? I think that would be the best possible scenario for Helldivers 2, but don't be surprised if the standard edition is $70 and the Super Citizen edition is like $80 or $90, maybe even $100, which would be a pretty steep asking point, in my opinion. And with that, that is all the details I wanted to cover for Helldivers 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you are excited for Helldivers 2. Did you guys play the first one? Did you not? Let me know. all your thoughts. That would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Real Radic. Follow me on Twitter to get updates on all things PlayStation and other gaming related news. Once again, I'm Real Radic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.